A Russian FPV drone monitored a Ukrainian soldier in a snow-covered area. The soldier attempted to disable the drone by firing his weapon, but the effort was unsuccessful. The drone maintained its course and completed the observation successfully. First-person footage documents Russian military operations conducted by assault units of the 60th Motorized Rifle Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces. The unit advanced toward Ukrainian trench positions at close proximity. Anti-tank munitions were deployed, resulting in the neutralization of fortified shelters. Ukrainian reconnaissance drones identified enemy infantry units one by one. Afterward, fiber-optic guided drones carrying heavy payloads were deployed and engaged the identified infantry positions. Russian stormtroopers release an owl after rescuing it, jokingly referring to it as a feathered 1 FPV drone during exercises in the Bryansk direction.
О, бля, не хочет, что ли? Вот. Все, пошел.
Russian GoPro footage, the Lamik-2 multifunctional NRTC, built by Omsk engineers, is tested with airborne troop units. A Russian fiber optics FPV drone operator monitors a group of enemy infantry in a trench position in the Zaporizhia direction. A Russian fiber optics FPV drone operator observes enemy infantry moving in the Guliapol area. The drone tracks one of 2 Ukrainian soldiers in a snow-covered area. The soldier fires in an attempt to defend himself but is unable to evade the drone's monitoring. A Russian FPV drone follows a Ukrainian vehicle moving at high speed. The vehicle successfully avoids observation, and another vehicle approaching from the opposite direction becomes the focus of the drone's monitoring instead. A Russian FPV drone targets a Ukrainian vehicle that was stationary at a fixed location. A Russian fiber optics FPV drone operator detects an enemy heavy bomber drone concealed inside a hangar. Russian fiber optics FPV drone operators monitor an enemy drone operator's base located inside a home. A Russian FPV drone observes the Ukrainian drone operators set up inside the building, leading to the structure being neutralized. Russian North Group 11th Army fiber optics FPV drone targets a Ukrainian pickup truck and its driver near the village of Ternova, Kharkiv region. Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments. Subscribe and like. The movements of 3 Ukrainian infantry personnel were tracked, after which a fiber-optic guided drone was deployed. The drone struck the basement where they had taken shelter, rendering the position inoperable. In the Pokrovsk area, a UAV operator from the 16th Special Forces conducted a precision strike on a building occupied by Ukrainian forces, resulting in the structure being rendered inoperable during the operation. Russian fiber optics FPV drone operators engaged Ukrainian infantry in the Konstantinovka direction. A Russian drone specifically focused on one Ukrainian soldier. Russian fiber optics FPV drone operators engaged Ukrainian equipment in the Zaporizhia region. In the operation, the drone targeted 3 Ukrainian vehicles, one moving on a road and 2 stationary in a forested area. Alleged footage shows soldiers of the Ukrainian armed forces from the 108th Brigade near Huliapol surrendering. A Russian drone continued to guide the Ukrainian soldiers, leading them toward Russian positions. According to the report, a total of 6 soldiers were taken into custody during the incident. Russian GoPro footage: a 16th SPN Brigade soldier defends his position on a forest plantation by intercepting an enemy hexacopter. A Russian drone targeted a Ukrainian robotic vehicle while it was moving toward its mission objective. Russian GoPro footage: a group stormtrooper takes a selfie next to captured Ukrainian equipment in the Sumy region.
Какая улыбочка. Пиздец.
Что, опять прыгали?
Ну, типа того.
Такой нет.
A Russian drone monitored a Ukrainian military ammunition site on the front line, which later experienced a large explosion. Russian GoPro footage shows precise automatic fire being used to intercept an approaching UAF drone in the Kharkiv region. A Russian FPV drone equipped with thermal vision engaged a Ukrainian armed forces serviceman traveling in the back of a HMMWV in the Krasnolimansky direction. The drone tracked the vehicle and made contact. Russian FPV drone engaged a garage where Ukrainian forces stored Baba Yaga-type drones and a ground-based robotic complex in the Krasny Lyman direction. Surveillance units from Russia's North Group identified a Ukrainian heavy bomber drone launch point in the village of Sukhadol in the Sumy region. 2 Ukrainian soldiers were seen leaving their shelter to deploy a Baba Yaga-type drone before returning inside. Shortly afterward, a Russian drone engaged the location, disabling the shelter and neutralizing the launch point. A Russian Garin kamikaze drone engaged an American-owned oil plant in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The plant is reportedly owned by the Bunge Company. A Russian Special Forces brigade engaged a Ukrainian Baba Yaga drone over Kupiansk. The Russian drone successfully neutralized the UAV while it was airborne. A Russian FPV drone engaged a Ukrainian vehicle. The The soldier inside managed to exit the vehicle in time, narrowly avoiding the blast. Ukrainian National Guard media had raised the Ukrainian flag, but a Russian drone removed it. The footage shows the drone approaching the building and neutralizing the flag with precise timing, highlighting controlled aerial operations. A UAV crew from the 44th Army Corps engaged a Ukrainian Armed Forces air defense system used for temporary personnel accommodation and ammunition storage. The footage shows a Russian FPV drone operating in a forested area of Kharkiv Oblast, where the system was monitored and rendered inoperable during the operation. The Russian 1065th Artillery Regiment detected a large enemy troop position in an administrative building and engaged it with heavy caliber fire in the Kherson direction, ensuring the target was neutralized. A Russian fiber-optic FPV drone remains positioned in ambush and observes a passing UAF HMMWV during ongoing operations. The drone carries out a controlled engagement after visually confirming the vehicle's movement. GoPro footage shows a Russian soldier neutralizing a Ukrainian FPV drone with small arms fire in the Konstantinovsky direction. A Russian FPV drone monitored a Ukrainian soldier in a village area, limiting the soldier's options as the drone closed in. A Russian FPV drone monitored a Ukrainian soldier who was inside a house in a forested area. In a forested area, a Ukrainian shelter was observed by a drone. Ukrainian soldiers were seen exiting and then re-entering the shelter. Shortly afterward, a Russian drone operation rendered the shelter inoperable. Russian GoPro footage shows personnel from the 8th Army Mobile Air Defense Unit responding to Ukrainian attack drones resembling aircraft. The video highlights their coordinated monitoring and defensive measures. Observers can see how the unit tracks incoming drones, adjusts positions, and implements countermeasures to maintain control over the airspace during ongoing operations. A detailed compilation of footage shows the neutralization of Ukrainian transport vehicles. The video depicts a Russian drone positioned along the roadside, monitoring approaching vehicles. As two Ukrainian vehicles come into view, the drone engages them with precise timing, rendering both inoperable. An Israeli military helicopter crashed during a mid-air rescue attempt when its harnesses tore while trying to lift another helicopter. The Black Hawk fell near a house in Gush Etzion, but fortunately, no casualties were reported. A Russian fighter drone monitored a Ukrainian NRTK vehicle transporting ammunition to its positions. The vehicle was carrying shells, which detonated during the operation, causing significant damage. Russian North Group fiber optics FPV drone operators conducted operations against UAF positions along the borders of the Sumy region. In the snowy terrain, the drones identified multiple Ukrainian soldiers and carried out successive monitoring, using aerial surveillance to track movements and maintain control over the operation. A Russian fiber optics FPV drone operator carried out an operation against a Ukrainian serviceman in the Orakovo direction. A Russian FPV drone with thermal vision engaged Ukrainian troops walking near a forested area. The soldiers attempted to respond, and one soldier was knocked down without serious injury.